This is a story. Saul rose in the bright hour, a tall and handsome young king crowned by hope. The people shouted his name from the hills, and the gold on his head seemed to promise strength, honor, and an endless future. He believed the weight of rule would be carried by courage alone. But the years changed the palace before they changed the man. Warmth drained from the halls, the torches threw long shadows, and Saul began to sit alone beneath a throne that felt less like a gift than a trap. The crown still shone, yet it no longer seemed noble. It seemed heavy. Then David entered his house like a ray of mercy that did not ask permission. He was young, graceful, and unafraid, a shepherd with music in his hands. When his harp sounded in the courtyard, even the stones seemed to soften. The people loved him, and their love reached Saul like a blade. At first, Saul watched in silence. Then silence became suspicion. Suspicion became rage. Each cheer for David deepened the king's bitterness until his heart turned inward and dark. One night, in a room full of shadows, Saul seized a spear and hurled it at the boy who had once played to calm him. The weapon struck stone, not flesh, and David fled into the dark, leaving the king alone with his own fear. War followed fear. Across the horizon, the Philistines gathered like a storm front, and Saul, who had once stood before crowds without trembling, now stared at the enemy lines with a hollow terror. He prayed for an answer, but the heavens remained silent. No comfort came. No sign appeared. So Saul abandoned wisdom and dignity and covered himself in a cloak of secrecy. Guided by servants through a moonlit pass, he went in disguise to the cave of the Witch of Endor, driven by the last desperate hope of a man who had lost everything except his refusal to yield. Inside the cave, fire breathed green and blue across old stone. The witch taught the darkness to speak, and from the smoke rose Samuel, the prophet who had first set the crown upon Saul's head. The Spirit looked on him not with anger, but with sorrow deeper than anger. Then came the final word. The kingdom would be torn away, and Saul's line would not endure. When morning broke, it did not bring peace. The battlefield waited under a bruised red sky. Saul fought as he had never fought before, but courage returned too late, and strength could not mend what had already broken.